everyone. Just want to thank you for spending this day with us, and a special thanks to those who helped to make this day a success.
You may be asking the question, why an all-vegan menu? And the answer is simple. This is the way we eat at home, and this is the way we serve our family, friends, and loved ones, so we wanted to share it with you as well. We want to share with you the best of health and the best of plant-based eating. So before we go home, we want to leave with you something from our kitchen.
Today we're going to be sharing with you a raw vegan cheesecake recipe, and this is something that is going to be served tonight, and also it's a recipe that Kaya made for one of our first dates. The recipe is on the back of your menu, which you're welcome to take with you.
So the first part of this recipe is the crust, and this, because it's a raw cheesecake, there's going to be no baking and no flour, and only 4 ingredients.
So the base of this crust is almonds, and so we put 2 cups of almonds directly into the food processor.
And then we have half a cup of pitted dates.
We have 1 teaspoon of vanilla.
And 1/8 teaspoon of salt.
Now once the 4 ingredients are in the food processor, we whiz it up, we break it down, and we also want it to clump together.
So you may need to process that for a minute or so, and the way you know that it's ready is when you press it together and it starts sticking together, and I think this is ready.
So we just take the food processor out, and we can put the contents into a cake pan.
So you can just pour it directly in there, and then you want to press down into the cake pan so that the crust forms together. And make sure it's evenly spread out. So once it's in your pan, we will set it in the freezer to chill while we prepare the filling.
Now we're going to show you how to make the filling.
So the first ingredient for the filling are raw cashews. So we have about 1.5 cups of raw cashews, and we soak them in water for about 4 to 6 hours. And one of the reasons why we want to soak them is because it can help release the anti-nutrients like phytates and tannins. It can also improve digestibility, and it also softens the nut so that it's easier to blend and make creamy. So we drained it, and then we're putting them in here in the blender.
Now to give it a fresh tart flavor, we put a 1/4 cup of lemon juice.
And then we have about 1/2 cup of full-fat coconut milk.
Then we put 1/3 cup of coconut oil. And while coconut oil is a delicious plant-based oil, like with any oils, if you're going to be using them, they need to be used moderately.
Then we have 1/2 cup of maple syrup. Maple syrup is a sweetener, and again, because of the sweetness, we want to be moderate in our sweeteners as well.
Then we put a tablespoon of vanilla.
And 1/8 teaspoon of salt.
Now once you have all your ingredients in there, you go ahead and blend it up until it's smooth.
All right, so then we take out our chilled crust from the freezer.
Just pour it in there.
And now we can set the cheesecake into the freezer to freeze for about 4 hours.
So after freezing your cheesecake, you can take it out of the freezer and defrost it for about 30 minutes. Then it'll be ready to slice and also serve. So I'm going to go ahead and take it out of this cake pan. And here you see the finished product.
Enjoy your raw vegan cheesecake.
Thank you for joining us today. To view this video or see the recipe or wedding pictures, visit our website at markandkaya.com. Thank you. Goodbye,
Bye,
everyone.
everyone.